Wagwan people, what you saying? It is I, Diligent Fingers. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. It's been a while and that, Alright, I might as well address some shit. I was going to do it in a separate video, but I might as well do it now and stuff, basically. But basically, issues with my iMac and a lot of personal stuff that has been going on recently, so that's why I've not really been about and stuff. I will explain in more detail as things begin to sort themselves out, but outside of that, I've just been doing a lot of writing, been doing a lot of working on the next 3 projects that I want to put out musically. So it's just been a lot of writing going on, and you know, in terms of videos themselves, obviously, if I've not got my iMac, I can't really edit anything to that much high quality. So rather than trying to kill myself out and stressing my head out, trying to do stuff like streaming and stuff like that, as much as I do enjoy it, I'd rather be able to do it where I've got more things within my arsenal and things like that. And instead, I just take the time to just respond to things that I come across, or you know, things that I feel like I need to talk about. It's like kind of mini viewpoint podcasts, shall we say, and stuff. But things will be things will be happening again soon. You know, I will be back, you know, doing gaming videos, and there's going to be a lot more music content going on the channel and stuff. And yes, we'll address the elephant in the room. Yes, I've cut my hair off. And that. I just wanted to start again. I wasn't happy. There was a lot attached to my hair, and I felt as if I'd transitioned from the point in my life that I was at before when I first started growing my dreads, and the reasons that I was growing them for, they've changed. So because of that, yeah, I cut my hair off and I'm starting again, basically. So the dreads are going to be coming back. They are definitely going to be coming back. But yeah, I want to start again. I wanted to start them again as well, because I wanted to like sort of see what it's like when it's done properly, when I've actually gone to the hairdressers, got it all, do you know what I mean, sectioned off properly, and do you know what I mean, proper like take care, do you know what I mean, rather than, you know, having an afro one day and just fucking twisting my hair into dreads one day, do you know what I mean, and going from there, basically, just rough. But yeah, I digress. At least that's all of that out of the way. Do you know what I mean? The main things to take from all of that is, yes, my hair's gone, but it's coming back. Yes, videos are going to be coming back to this channel. Content is going to be coming back to this channel once I have got my machine sorted, and once some of these things in the background have been taken care of, basically. And I will talk about this other stuff, do you know what I mean, in later videos and stuff. But for now, it is just videos like this where I come across something and I just feel like talking about it. And you know, after nearly 4 minutes of talking about other stuff, basically what I want to talk about is something that I've noticed over the last couple of years. And at first it didn't really hit me with what was happening, but now, especially with the current political climate that it is over in America and over in the UK, do you know what I mean, especially with the way people are viewing social justice and stuff like that, how much that things like that have become to the forefront, do you know what I mean, especially with all of this going on. Why is it that near enough all the media channels that I see on YouTube, and I don't know if it has crossed over into actual mainstream television or not, because I've not watched television for a while, even though I've got Virgin. I only got that recently, but even though I've got like TiVo and shit like that, I have not watched like mainstream TV for a good five years, maybe more, and stuff. So I don't know if it's actually spread over there or not. But But every time I go on a website and anything that's to do with black culture, shall we say, so a lot of hip hop music, do you know what I mean? A lot of like talking about hip hop culture or black culture or what's going on within black culture. All the media outlets that are covering these things, all the curse words are bleeped out, except for the N word. Except for the N word. I've been noticing this a lot recently, a whole lot recently. Especially when there's been like beef between like sort of prominent artists within hip hop. Like recently, Birdman has done a video sort of calling out anybody who's talking on his situation to do with Lil Wayne and the whole money thing, like him not paying Lil Wayne the money that he's owed and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Telling everybody who's talking about it, fuck them. Do you know what I mean? I will deal with you. I'll pull up on you. All this kind of shit. I'll fucking knock you out and all that kind of shit. I'm from the UK, so you know what I mean. Obviously, you guys over in the US say it a lot more colourfully than we do over here. But yeah, do you know what I mean? Beef ting. Do you know what I mean? And I was watching the video and I had to watch it again. And every curse word was censored. Every curse word was bleeped out, except for the N word. I was like, rah, like, what, like. And the first, and I'll say, like, the first time I'd ever come across something like that was when I first came across the Boondocks, the Adult Swim cartoon made by Aaron McGruger, and in that every word, every curse word, shit, fuck, do you know what I mean? I don't think bitch was in shit, but like shit and fuck was bleeped out, but the N word wasn't. And I'd heard that was on purpose because like Aaron McGruger is quite a controversial guy. It's a lot of social observations to do within the black community as well as within America and stuff like that. So I thought it was, you know, part of the whole, do you know what I mean, controversy with the show. But slowly but surely, like I'm sure I've seen a couple of fire in the booths where again every swear word censored. Do you know what I mean? I don't think on Charlie Sloth's own channel it's censored, but on the actual BBC One Extra YouTube channel itself, every swear word is censored except for the N word. Except for the N word. And it just like, to me, it makes no fucking sense that we can have these conversations about who can say it, who can't. If someone says it, do you know what I mean? And they're not black. How are they? What do they mean by it? It does context matter and this, that, and the other. How can we have these? How can we be having these conversations about whether it's right for it to be said or not? And get upset when people that aren't black say it. When media outlets are more or less treating the word as if it's not as offensive as shit or fuck. So when you think about it like that, doesn't matter whether you're black or white, Chinese, whatever. Do you know what I mean? If you're consuming this content, if you're watching these YouTube videos or on these websites, watching these videos on websites, you're hearing this word, regardless of how old you are. If you think about it even further, regardless of how old you are now hearing this word without any context, without any history behind it. Do you know what I mean? Like you are now hearing this word a lot more than you are hearing shit or fuck. Like, think about that for a second. If modern society is treating the word as such, then it's making the whole argument about whether it's even a bad word or not a complete moot point. Because if 5-year-olds can hear it, do you know what I mean? Like, from within a song, do you know what I mean? From a prominent black artist. And it could be a catchy song, but it's got that word in it, and that word isn't censored. What is this leading to? Where like, it's crazy. For me, it's crazy because it's like, for me, that word still holds so much pain, holds so much negativity, holds so much animosity. Like that word is still a loaded word, yet it is being treated as if it's less offensive than shit or fuck. Think about it. Think about that for a second. Like watch complex news videos. Like the last video that I watched was complex news, and it was talking about the beef between Birdman and Rick Ross. Do you know what I mean? And them two responding to each other in videos. Watch that, and you will not hear shit or fuck, but you will hear the word nigger. You will hear that word. I'm sure I was watching BET. Do you know the BET Hip Hop Awards on their website, and I was watching the cipher that was on there, and I'm sure I'll have to go back and just double check, but I'm sure, again, shit, fuck, censored, N-word, fine. Do you know what I mean? Even the way that I'm talking about it now, I'm not even actually saying the word, but I'm saying shit and fuck. Like, even I still find it more offensive to hear that word than shit and fuck. Like I'm not saying that everybody needs to find it that way, but for society as a whole still needs to recognize that word as a loaded word. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not going to have the conversation about whether black people should say it or not. That's a moot point. That's a completely moot point. Do you know what I mean? And whether it's in music, whether it's in movies, it doesn't matter, because everything, it's fair game. If it's R-rated, if it's parental advisory, it's fair game. It can be said. But when this music is being put out to the world, like advertised, talked about, and every other word is censored except the N-word, that's not a small thing. I see that as a very, very big thing that needs to be talked about, needs to be addressed, needs to be acknowledged. Do you know what I mean? I don't want my kids, when I eventually have kids, but I don't want my kids hearing that word without context. I don't want my kids hearing that word as young as 5 or 6 years old, just randomly on the radio because they're listening to, do you know what I mean? There's a little Wayne song, or there's a little Uzi song that's being played, and every other word is being censored except the N word. And I'm hearing my kids sing along to this song. Do you know what I mean? Because it's on normal radio. This is what I mean. Like, I need to listen to normal radio as well and actually see if it's gotten that far. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it might just be confined to YouTube. Maybe it might be just confined to there, like, or just social media website, or the internet in general. Do you know what I mean? But if it's actually passed over into like mainstream radio, mainstream television, where every other word is censored except for the N-word, this shit needs to be acknowledged, and it needs to be put in check. It really does. Because it's making the whole conversation about the word a moot point. Like, the N-word has become less offensive than shit and fuck. And shit and fuck is said on a regular, everyday basis by everyone. White, black, Asian, Indian, whatever. Do you know what I mean? If you're from the working class, middle to working class, lower class, working class, those things are said on a regular basis. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's commonplace. Do you know what I mean? Celebrities say it, like, and even if they're still seen as controversial enough to be censored in mainstream television and shit like that, why is the N-word not? It's still just as, if not more, a loaded word, even more loaded than cunt. And that sounds weird for me to say, because I hardly even say the word cunt. Do you know what I mean? Like, especially, like, not around women. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it's mad. I'm gonna do some more research, and I'm gonna build an actual video on this, and I'm gonna show examples. But it's just something that like today, it just hit me like, is this actually what's going on? For real? Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you come across this yourself, if you noticed it, what do you think about it? As a black person, or even if you're not a black person, what do you think about it? Do you think that, do you think that it's okay? Like that it is less offensive than shit and fuck? Do you know what I mean? Or do you agree with me? Or do you have a completely different insight? Let's have a conversation about it, because it's fucking interesting to me. It's interesting. But I do feel like it does need to be kept in check. I don't think it should get to the point where it's less offensive than shit and fuck. I feel like I've said that so many times within this video. So with that, I'm going to leave it there. And that build myself a zuggy and make myself a cup of tea. And get back into writing music. But I shall speak to you guys soon. Thank you very much for watching and listening. I hope you have an amazing day. Take it easy. And as always, blessings to you all.